In this video, I'm going to cover the money market. At any given time, people demand a certain amount of liquid assets or money for two different reasons. First of all, there's a transaction demand. People hold money so that they can engage in buying goods and services on a daily basis. There's also an asset demand. People hold money since it's less risky than other assets. The opportunity cost of holding money is the interest that you could have earned if you invested that money in a different financial assets. When interest rates go up, the quantity demanded for money falls because people prefer to put their money in things that would earn interest. When interest rates fall, the quantity demanded increases. There's no incentive to convert cash into other assets. So therefore, there's an inverse relationship between the interest rate and the quantity of money that's demanded. So here's a graph of the demand for money. So it's a downward sloping line, and the interest rate over here is the nominal interest rate, and that's going to be important to remember. When we talk about money demand, we're talking about those things that fall in the M1 money supply. So that would include money that you have in a checking account at a bank. So as interest rates fall, there's a lower opportunity cost associated with holding money in your checking account. You're not losing out on a higher interest rate if you had that money somewhere else. What happens to the demand for money if the price level increases? If that happens, the demand for money shifts to the right. And there are three things that can shift the demand for money: changes in price levels, changes in people's income, or changes in technology. Here's a practice question, and the answer is D. And here's another practice question, and the answer would be C. The supply of money is set by the central bank or the Federal Reserve, and it's independent from the interest rate. So the money supply is always going to be shown like this, a vertical line. The Fed is a nonpartisan government office that adjusts the money supply to influence the economy, and we refer to this as monetary policy. If the money supply increases, then we show this as the money supply shifting to the right. There's temporarily a surplus of money that will occur at this 5% interest rate. The surplus will cause the interest rate to fall. Again, we're talking about nominal interest rates here, to 2%. And how's that going to affect aggregate demand? If the money supply increases, the interest rate falls, and this would increase business investment because it's now cheaper to borrow money. So aggregate demand is going to go up. If the Fed decides to reduce the money supply, then the opposite would happen. You would have the interest rate going up, in this case from 5 to 10%. That would decrease business investment because it's now more expensive to borrow money, so aggregate demand is going to fall. The Federal Reserve was created in 1913 in order to regulate the banking industry so that people have faith in our financial system. There are a variety of Federal Reserve banks all across the country, and those are shown on this map.